Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Friday, November 5th, 2021. We're in the final day of the trading week, and we are in the final hour of the trading day. I mention this each day, but it's a core part of my trading is that I am primarily an end of day trader. I buy in the last hour. I buy in particular in the last few minutes of the day because I believe that the closing price is always the most valid price of the day, and therefore the price that you should make your buying and selling decisions from off of your levels. I say this because during the day, the algorithms and the day traders, they are the ones in control of the price. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them to have the best information, best technology, smartest people, and they're dealing with the most money. So I consider those closing prices to be the most valid. And that is why I am an end of day trader. And I believe by being an end of day trader, it does give you a long-term edge in your trading. And that's what we're always looking for, our long-term edges. So I'm glad it's Friday. It's been a great week. Hope you've had a good week. Hope you've had a good trading week. Hope you've had a good trading day today, and also just a good day in general. Currently, the Dow is up 180 points, up 0.5%. 0.5%. The NASDAQ is hanging on barely, up 4.21, up 0.02, and the S&P is up 12.65, up about 0.25%. So here is the plan for today, everyone. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, my swing trades, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them moving forward. After that, I did have some day trades, good day trades today, actually, that I'm going to share with you. After that, we'll go over to the board. We'll look at my students' positions, talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and how they are performing. After that, we'll switch gears. We'll talk a little bit about trader psychology. Always the most important skill in trading is the ability to create a plan and then follow your plan. It's one of the hardest things to do in trading, and that is why not that many people are successful at trading. That's really what it comes down to, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in the psychology section. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have 3 requirements before I'm looking to enter any trade. First, confluence, combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, have to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2-to-1 based upon support below, resistance above. And number 3, I have to have a complete trading plan. And a complete trading plan for me includes the following: position sizing based upon the market's current volatility, knowing what your maximum allowed loss is, knowing where your emergency stop is, knowing where your end of day stop is, knowing where your significant overhead resistance levels are, and always have a good trailing stop methodology or rules in place that you don't give back all your profits if you have a profitable trade. It is Friday today, so we'll be looking at potential end of day trades and then potential end of week trades because it's Friday. All right, so again, thank you for coming today. I appreciate you being here. I hope that you're finding this helpful. I hope it's helping you improve your trading and your investing. And so I am going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thanks a lot. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who's here today. Paxton is here. Good to see you, Packy. Hope you're doing well. We'll take a look at that USO chart that you were messaging me about. Steve Burns is here. Good to see you, Steve. Thank you as always for coming. Always an honor. Always a privilege to have you here. And thank you so much for including me on your Friday follow list today over on Twitter. I always appreciate that. Hope you, Holly, and the dogs are all doing well. There's my friend Michael Wilkinson, a.k.a. Lova. Good to see you, Mike. Happy Friday to you. Tracy is here. Hello, all. Good to see you, Trace. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Good to see you, Frank. Thank you, as always, for everything you do for the channel as well with your wonderful, fantastic poems. They're just unbelievable. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. AKAM. Well, not so hot tamale. Dynamic Duo and I got into AKAM yesterday. I liked the trade. Made a lot of sense. We had a big up bar move on high volume. We came back down. We intraday rejected the 200-day moving average. We also came on low volume on the way down. I really liked it. Only good news about this is I did hit 2 profit targets today before the move back down. I hit one at 110.62, one at 111.58. That is why I always place intraday profit targets exactly for this kind of situation. Okay, got that message, Paxton. Got that message. All right, but we are below the 200-day moving average now. That is my stop. It is down 1.72% on the day. I will have to adhere to my stop, follow my rules. But again, good example of why I like to put intraday profit targets in. If it goes way up and I hit some lower, I'm still happy I have some. If it goes up and I take a percentage off and then it reverses like it did here, I'm still happy that I sold some at profitable levels. So I will be getting out of AKAM, down 1.71% today on the day, and the same of the trade. So we'll be getting out of that today. Facebook, it's been a really nice trade here from Jonathan, Ava, David, Lova, and myself. We bought the under 200, over 200, bought this at 323.52. And it's just trucked on up, just perfect. So whenever it moves a certain amount of distance from yesterday's close, I sell a portion. So as it's been moving up, I have sold portions of my position. Orange line here is the 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. Hit that yesterday. I am in trailing stop mode now. Did go up, hit 2 profit targets. We got stuck right at the 50 SMA. Got out at 339.96 and 344.07. It's back down to 341.16. So this particular trade up 1.63% on the day, and so far on the trade 5.22%. Overnight SPY trade. Well, we had a nice little overnight SPY trade, didn't we? I buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning, and this one worked out like a champ. I bought this at 466.91 yesterday, sold right at the open, up at 469.21. So nice overnight gap on the SPY. Of course, I will be selling this again today, buying this again today at the close, holding it overnight, selling it first thing the next morning. Amazon. All right. Well, Lova, Gary, and we did buy Amazon all the way back down here at 33.10. With an intraday rejection of the 250-day moving average. Didn't know it was going to do this, obviously, but I set myself up for a good risk-to-reward ratio with legitimate levels below me. As it's been moving up, I have been taking profits. I took 2 profits again today at 35.09.38 and 35.41.76. And this did get to the 65 RSI level. So now I go into 5 EMA mode, whereas if I get a close below the 5 EMA, I will go ahead and get out of the entire position. If it keeps moving up and rejects the 70 RSI, then that's a different trailing stop methodology. But this particular trade, up 1.2% on the day and up 5.90% on the trade. Now, how should I do this? Let me show you day trades, because I have some that are day trades and swing trades. So let me show you Vixx. I did buy Vixx earlier in the day on the 5-minute. We had a V1 to the downside that immediately got reversed up. I like that signal. MACD went positive. That's why I went ahead and took the trade. I got in at 1990. I sold some at 1994. I sold some at $20 even. I sold some at $20.02. And then I got out of the trade. I left a lot on the table, but that's okay. That's pretty significant on the VIX. And then let me show you. Also had a swing trade on VIX. I bought VIX yesterday with an under 30, over 30 V1, rejection of the negative third ATR channel. Bought this at 2022. It's 2074. Hit two profit targets, one at 2052 and one at 2091. So this trade up 2.88% on the day and also on the trade. All right, IWM. I had intraday. I had a day trade. Okay, on IWM. Where did my trades go? Oh, here we go. We had a double top with a bearish divergence, meaning this high up here had tall green MACD bars. We pulled back to the value zone. We came back up. We tested that high. There were no green at all. That's a double top with a bearish divergence, which is a bearish signal. I shorted the V2 here at 242.95. I covered at 242.63. I covered at 242.29. I covered at 244.20. I covered at 241.92. And then I got out of the trade when we had a close above the previous day's high. So shorted at 242.95, out at 242.63, out at 242.36, out at 242.29, out at 242.20, and out at 241.92. And Apple. Oh, I didn't have a trade on Apple. That's right. Didn't have a trade on Apple. Okay. So that's my stuff. Jonathan, evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you. Jonathan, Steve Burns says BYD has a 520 crossover. Yes, it does. It crossed under, crossed back over. This is Boyd Gaming. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's right up there. So up 5.24%. So that is a legitimate entry right there with the. So I'm going to put this over here for us to look at later. Thank you for that, Steve. Appreciate it. Ava, happy Friday at all. Good to see you, Ava. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel and all your hard work. Steve says CRL reversed back over the 30 RSI today. Yes, under 30, over 30 on CRL. Got near the 200-day moving average. Let's look at the weekly. Ooh, that's just too big for me. It's a skyscraper bar. It may have some bounce in it, but I think I'm going to probably just stay clear of that one. But it is an under 30, over 30. Jonathan says DE has a 1050 crossover. There's your 10. There's your 50. Let me see if I can back test this. Nope, I cannot back test that. I don't know if anyone has the ability to back test Deere with the 1050 crossover. If they could, I would appreciate that. Ava says, I got stopped out of BIB at the open. Okay. I'll get to that one in a second. Let's see. Do we just have Ava? BIB or BIIB? I don't know why that's been so difficult for me. BIB. At the open. Oh, thank goodness. All right. So Ava is out of BIB. Good trade management there, Ava. Facebook has a 520 crossover. It does. There's the 520 crossover. I'm already in this trade, so that's not interesting to me. It wouldn't be interesting to me anyway. We've rejected the second ATR channel, rejected this previous high over here. That's a little concerning to me. But yes, 520 crossover for sure. Lilia is here. Hi, Lilia. Hi, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Lilia. Hope you're having a good day. George says, hi, Greg and Gregorians. Happy Friday. Happy Friday tradings. Thank you, George. Hope you're having a good day as well. And thank you, as always, for coming. All right. Well, let's get to your positions, because there's a lot of them. Here we go. Let's see. IWM, I'm done with that. Vixx, doing good. So there's the positions right there. Let's start with Monster Energy. So I have here, I got out of this yesterday at the close, unfortunately, but I had to, right? Earnings were coming. It's too big of a gamble. But is there anyone else in here? Jonathan, are you still in this? Let me know. I don't like you holding through earnings. This is just my personal opinion, but if you did, I'm glad for you. But Michael did buy back here with the double bottom bullish divergence, under 30, over 30, 84.91. We all bought that. I got out here yesterday at the close, and then boom, Monster had a monster move up. But anyway, Jonathan, let me know. UPST, we have David buying 520 crossover at 344.80. It's 327.62. It's down 1.84% to up 1.84% today, but it is down on the trade. AAL having another huge day. This intraday rejection of the 250 was unbelievable. Bought at 1984. It's 21.79. It's up 5.62% today, and it's up 8.9% on the trade. Wow. AVTR. Who is AVTR? We have Dynamic Duo bought the 520 crossover here at 39.89. It's 37.97. It's down 2.24% today on the day, and this one is also down on the trade. ALKS Leva bought ALKS with the higher low V2 at 30.62. It's 30.17. It's down 0.63% and also down on the trade. IP, we have Jonathan, Bacon Bandit, Gary bought IP with sideways motion, under 30, over 30, rejection of the negative third ATR channel. Bought this at 49.85. It's 48.99. So down, up on the day, down on the trade. Otis, Lova bought Otis yesterday, higher low V2. Bought at 81.78. It's currently 81.75. So down a little on the day and also down a little on the trade. Hood, it's been a great trade here by Steve Burns, under 30, over 30. Bought this at 34.97. It's 36.98. Down 0.22% on the day, but up 5.16 on the trade. So that's a really nice trade there, Steve. BIIB. Michael Martin bought BIIB back here. V2 at 269.90. It's 278.98. It is down 0.51% today, but Michael is up 3.21% on the trade. SPCE, Steve Burns and Leva bought under 30, over 30 on SPC at 18.47. It's down 0.5% today, but this particular trade is up 5.08%. Looks like on my chart it shows earnings on the 8th, so something to be aware of there. Zoom, oy vey, Zoom. Michael Martin bought Zoom. Nice entry, triple bottom, bullish divergence, under 30, over 30, V2 trigger at 256.74. It moved up nicely. I hope that there was some scaling out here. Don't know what happened today to Zoom, but down 0.67%. Down big on the day, but still up on the trade, which is the most important. Boeing, good job, Dynamic Duo, David and Kamal. What a trade. They bought down here about 206.50, 206 for Kamal. This has been a monster trade, up 5% today. And up on the trade, 7.74. Congratulations, Dynamic Duo, David and Kamal. Verizon, I I have Michael Martin and Verizon with the higher low V2. Bought at 53.14. It's up on the day, but it is down on the trade. XLU, we have Gary, Bacon Bandit, and Leva. Leva only sold a quarter. Bought this higher low intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought this at 65.08. It's 67.19. It's up 0.87% on the day and up 3.2% on the trade. Very, very nice. WST, we have Steve Burns buying WST with a 520 crossover at 428.10. This is down 7% today. I didn't see this one earlier. Well, unfortunately, this one is down on the day and down on the trade. Oh my gosh, Frank, this one keeps moving and paying off, doesn't it? Return to value, V1, bought this at 337. It's 472. It's up 10.28% today. And this is up 28.24% for Frank. Let's give Frank a hand. That has been a wonderful trade. Snap. All right, we've got people in Snap all over the place. We have Steve and Kamal and David and Jonathan. I can't remember exactly where everyone bought everything. I know Jonathan, I think, bought here at 52.90. Kamal bought at 52.26. Steve bought at 52.24. David bought yesterday. Can't remember. Too many different prices, but it looks like it's up on the day and it's up on the trade for everyone. So I'm going to jump away from that one. Cisco, Dynamic Duo, and Leva. Bought Cisco higher low V2 at 55.65. It is down 0.23% today, but Dynamic Duo and Leva are up 2.3%. DT, Ava and Frank bought DT at 75.40. Oh no, Frank bought it at 75.80 and Ava bought it at 75.40. And so down on the day, but up on the trade. And last but not least, everybody, Lamb Research, LRCX, V2, 520 crossover in the value zone, near the value zone anyway, 572.70. It's up 1.51% today for Leva, and this particular trade up 5.92%. So wow, way to go, everybody. Proud of you. It's been some wonderful trades. Weekly trades. I don't have any weekly trades, but the Dynamic Duo has a weekly trade that they bought a couple weeks ago with a 520 crossover at 37.60. It's currently 37.10. So this one is down on the week and it's slightly down on the trade. All righty. All right. So once again, real quick on my positions here. AKMA bought with the rejection of the 200. It looks like it's certainly going to close below. We'll get out, take a loss. Just thankful that I hit 2 profit targets before that happened. Facebook doing fine. Don't like that it rejected the downward sloping 50-day moving average. I don't like that at all, but I am going to stick with it because I'm using under 200, over 200 rules. But up on the day, nicely up on the trade. SPY, great overnight SPY gap. Buying that again today, holding it over the weekend. Amazon, great, under 250, over 250. Sold off quite a bit from its high here, but 2 profit targets. So all in all, and Vixx. And Vixx is up 3.28% yesterday with that under 30, over 30. Nice little trade there. Gary is out of IP. That's what I thought, Gary, but I didn't hear, so we'll take that one right off like that. Frank is a trading beast and poet. That is true. And speaking of poems, we have a poem. This is going to be good. You know what it is. I always look forward to this. Let me type this in here. Bump, bump, bump. Let's see what Frank has to say today. When the market is strong, it's easy to get a feeling you can't be wrong. That's true. Complacency can set in when winning is prolonged. Patience and caution should always get along. That is so true, Frank. That is so on point. Listen, it was you actually that mentioned last week that the most money is lost after the most money is gained. That is a true statement, and I think this is a good follow-up to that statement. When the market is strong, it's easy to get a feeling you can't be wrong. Complacency can set in when winning is prolonged. Patience and caution should always get along. In other words, everyone, follow your rules, be humble, even if you've made a lot of money. You know that feeling when you're like, oh man, I'm never going to lose another penny in my life. Well, you are. And when you're in a drawdown, you'll feel like you're never going to make another penny in your life, but you will, right? Let's read it one more time. It's so good. And really listen to the words. When the market is strong, it's easy to get a feeling you can't be wrong. Complacency can set in when winning is prolonged. Patience and caution should always get along. So good. Thank you. 5 stars, Frank. Tracy says, I like that, Frank. Kamal is here. Hey, buddy. What is happening? Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Thank you for your friendship. Paxton says, thanks, Frank. Kamal is in Snap at 52. Yep, I have that over there. I almost called Kamal Snappy. Right here, Kamal Day Trade 5226. Steve says, sports break. Oh, thank goodness. Throughout the course of his 19-year NBA career, O'Neal attempted 22 three-pointers. He made just one. Are we talking about Shaq? Shaquille O'Neal? That sounds about right, but he made one. Good for him. Good for him. I saw another big center make a three the other day too, and everybody thought it was hilarious. Just hilarious. All right. So listen, speaking of Steve Burns, before we start looking at potential end of day trades here, I have my favorite Twitter channels, Facebook channels from professional traders, educators, and my favorite one, of course, is Steve Burns, right? Who else would it be? I've learned so much from this man. I really appreciate him. I appreciate all his teachings to me, all his mentorings, all my dang questions for so long, and my OCD. And please support Steve and follow him over on Twitter at @SJosephBurns. Listen, if Steve writes something, just take it to heart, read it, internalize it, and use it in your trading, because Steve's the best trader I know. He has a great website, newtraderu.com, newtraderu.com. Let me see if I can, newtraderu.com. All right, here we go. This is Steve's website. Let me grab this for you and paste it on in here. There you go. Do yourself a favor. He's got, look, options courses, e-courses, back testing course, moving average course, price action trading. He has all sorts of great books. He has all sorts of great free content on here. And you know Steve's legit, right? We all know Steve's legit, and he has really improved my trading to a dramatic degree. So I have many, many thanks for Steve. But check that out, newtraderu.com. But Steve posted today here, or not today, but he did post over on Twitter, and I really, really like this this post. 90% of trading problems can be solved by getting more disciplined about taking only great risk to reward ratio trades and staying calm throughout the process. That's it. 90% of problems with getting disciplined about your risk to reward. You know, I was teaching last night. Karen, if you're out there, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. I think that was a really good lesson. But, you know, I talked about at the beginning of this year, I've had such a good year, and the changes, you know, kind of the New Year's resolution trading changes that I made was I am going to really focus on risk to reward this year. And it's paid off handsomely. So, you know, don't go chasing. You know, I use the word chasey. It's going to be chasey. Let's not chase it, right? I want to have my price, my entry, as close to my stop, as my end of day stop as possible. So that if I'm wrong the least. But what Steve is saying is 90% of trading problems can be solved by just getting more disciplined about only taking great risk to reward ratios. And that's why I generally only take one trade per day. I just want to have the best trade with a good risk to reward ratio. And I like the idea of just taking one trade per day. It's working out for me. It doesn't mean you have to do it, but just, you know, just to share my experience with you, I really like it. It's my process, right? We all have little processes. But anyway, thank you, Steve. Again, I've learned so much for you. I know everyone appreciates you being here. I certainly do. And thank you so much. And let's just get more disciplined, everybody. Let's get more disciplined about what we do. Let's get disciplined in choosing only good risk to reward ratios, right? So thank you, Steve. And please follow him at @josephburns over on Twitter. All right. So again, AKAM on the chopping block today with this big loss of the 200-day moving average. We'll be selling that. Facebook looks good. Facebook looks fine. We'll be keeping that. SPY, buying the SPY at the close, holding it overnight. Amazon, well off of its highs, but great trade. And then Vixx, really nice trade, up 3.33% today. Now, I don't have a lot of end of day daily trades today. I went through the entire scanner. I went through all sorts of stuff. I really couldn't find much, which, you know, with these levels and so forth, but I did find a lot of end of week trades. So let's look at the end of day trades. Well, here's Halliburton. It's basically following oil at this point. Nothing there, untriggered. GRWG was a higher low V1. This is untriggered, so not interesting there. We do have BYD with the 520 crossover that Steve pointed out. I'm a little concerned about this big down bar and the move it's already have. That's just me. That's just my preference. Weekly looks okay. It's range bound there on the week, but it does have a 520 crossover, and it is up 5.05% today. So if anyone has any other end of day trades, if you'd like to point them out, love to take a look at those for you. Frank has a fun fact. A firehouse in Livermore, California has a light bulb that has been burning since 1901. Wow. That one was made right, huh? It has been titled the Centennial Light. Well, that's amazing. Wow. Since 1901, it's been up for 120 years? My gosh. That's pretty amazing. All right, so if anybody has any thoughts on end of day trades, I literally could not find any. So if anyone has any that you'd like me to look at, let's look at them. while we're waiting on that, let's look at some weekly trades. All right, here's AGQ. This is a higher low V1 in the value zone. We closed below the value zone. We rallied into the value zone. We had a pullback. We came back today, retested the -1 ATR channel, also tested the low, washed it out, reversed back up. It is above last week's close. So this is a higher low V1. MACD is positive. Metals have been stronger. So as long as it closes above $37.20, let's see, close is $37.21. So I guess I better be accurate about this. $37.21. That one looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the monthly, right? We always want to look above. The month is, you know, it's okay. It's neutral. It's in the value zone. It's holding over the 50-week moving average. So this one looks fairly good to me. Amazon does have a 520 crossover. This is legitimate. I've back tested it. But again, I'm already in Amazon on the daily, so I'm going to pass on that one. ARC has a 520 crossover. Let me back test that one real quick. ARKK. And let's, oh, that's on the week. Almost let that get past me. Does back test well, 193.30. But I don't like how far we've moved for this crossover to happen. We've rejected the 50 SMA. We got back up here to resistance, so I think I'll just pass on that one. CCL has a higher low V2. Unfortunately, I think this one is too extended for me to get interested in. That's what I'm talking about, good risk to reward ratio. Your risk would be halfway of the washout bar down there. That's a big move down. And, you know, it's very likely that we could run into some resistance up here. So I am going to pass on Carnival. We have gold with a 520 crossover, 167.43 to 167.35. And we can just plug this here. Of course, I'm not going to buy gold and silver, right? Because they're so highly correlated. Let's take a look here on gold with the 520 crossover. Does back test well. So that's a potential. Move this guy over here like so. Goldman Sachs does have a false breakout to the upside and a bullish engulfing bar to the downside and a V1 and triple top with a bearish divergence. Look, we have a high. The height of the green bar is here. We pull back to red. We go higher, less green. Now we pulled back down. We went higher, no green whatsoever. You know, this is a legitimate short. That is definitely a legitimate short for me. So I am going to consider that one. Love, big day up here on Love. Southwest Airlines. V2 close above the 200-day moving average. I think that one's a touch chasey. It's up 6.64% today. So we have the 50 over here above as resistance. So I think I'll pass on that one. Silver is going to look exactly like AGQ because they're the same. Higher low V1. Verizon tested the 200-day moving average, 200-week moving average several times now. It is up on the day. Pretty good risk to reward ratio there on Verizon. Although let's check Verizon. I don't want to assume that it backtests well. VZ off of the was it 200? Yeah. Oh, that's simple. Sorry. It does backtest well, so that one's legit. That one is legit. So we'll bring Verizon over here. And then we also have XLU here, which has a higher low V1. We closed below the value zone. We rallied into the value zone. We've pulled back. We have washed out last bar's low and triggered above. I also like that this bar here pretty much tested halfway the big up bar that we had 3 weeks ago. This one is legitimate. I already have bonds, so bonds are going to probably go lockstep along with XLU. So for me, I'm going to pass on that. So let's see what we have to look at. We have AGQ, higher low V1 in the value zone on the weekly. MACD is positive. Weekly is neutral. Gold, higher low V1 over the 50 SMA. Let's look at the monthly. Monthly looks pretty good. I like gold better than AGQ. So gold so far I like the best. Goldman Sachs I like the short. Silver, I still like gold better than silver. And then Verizon looks pretty good. So I am going to narrow it down to the following. Gold, Goldman Sachs short, and Verizon. So GLD, GS, and VZ. GLD, GLD. All right, let's try it one more time. GLD, Goldman Sachs, and Verizon on the weekly. So I don't see any new day trades today. I'm going to have to get out of AKAM. Probably just wait till the close. Facebook holding, SPY holding, or not holding, but we'll buy that at the close. Amazon doing fine, going to keep it. Vixx doing great. But for a weekly trade, I do like gold here. It's a little extended, but I like the higher low V1 and the 520 crossover at the same time. Goldman Sachs, I like the short. I like the false breakout to the upside. How far did we get on the RSI at the top here? 66.66. So yeah, it's a triple top with a bearish divergence, bullish engulfing bar to the downside, and a V1. I like Goldman Sachs as the short. And then Verizon, take a look at the monthly. Yeah. Don't like the big down bar on the daily. So I'm going to bypass Verizon. These would be my two trades today. Gold on the weekly with the 520 crossover and the higher low V1 and the close above the 50 RSI and the 50 SMA. And then I am going to short Goldman here. My stop on Goldman will be a close above halfway of the washout bar right about here. remember, when I am trading on the weekly, I take my maximum allowed loss, which is always the same, right? For me, it's 0.5% of my trading account. And I divide that by the value on the 2 ATR, but make sure it's the value on the weekly. If you do it on the daily, this is going to be a smaller number and it'll have you buying a ton of shares. So if you're trading on the weekly, take your maximum allowed loss, divide it by the value of the 2 ATR on the weekly so you get the right amount of shares. You'll get fewer shares, but the ranges on the weekly are much, much higher. So you need to have fewer shares to compensate for all that. All right, I am going to go ahead and sell AKAM. Just get done with this one. That was an unfortunate trade, but that's part of trading, right? So I did get rid of AKAM. All right. So AKAM is gone. I will be buying gold with 520 crossover, higher low V1, and also shorting Goldman Sachs here. So AKAM is gone. Anya wants to look at PayPal on the daily. So we're still under 30 RSI, unfortunately, Anya. I wouldn't buy that unless it closed back above the 30, but we do have earnings coming next week, something to be careful of. But on the daily, no. BA has a 520 crossover. Let's check real quick. Does that backtest? BA. $520 crossover does backtest well on Boeing. So very nice. Very, very nice. That's a little high for my blood. You guys are already in it, but to me it's a little chasey, but who knows? We could go back up here, test that 200-day moving average again. Hope it gets up there for everyone involved. Meant end of day. Yeah, I know what you mean, Anya, but yeah, it's still not, if it was over 30, yes, but I would be aware of earnings that are next week as well. Sompors wants to look at BLNK. I don't really see anything there. It is returning to value. I'd like it to come to value, move sideways, look for a V1, V2. Ooh, I'm running out of time, huh? What else did we have? MQ, same, returning to value. I would be patient, wait for some sideways motion, look for a V1, V2. Much better than buying up here though, right? And MAXR, don't see anything there. That's chasey to me. Steve Burns has a 1050 EMA crossover on Chewy. Really? Oh, yes. Yep, there's the 1050 crossover on a down day. I actually like taking crossovers on a down day, but that one's too high for me. Wes says, Frank, that's a hop, skip, and a jump for me. I'll have to check that one out. Thank you. Good to see you, Wes. Hope you're doing well, buddy. John is here. FAZ Express GS short. Oh, yeah. Well, you could do it that way. We had a V2 yesterday. Don't quite have a double bottom bullish divergence. Yeah, you could. I mean, but I think the GS chart is more clear. Frank says, Wes, remind me of the old motel ad. We'll keep the light on for you. Hey, is that old? I remember that like yesterday. David says, hi, Greg and group. I've been traveling I've been traveling, so a little late. That's fine, bud. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Steve says, Fiverr back over the 30 RSI. Yes, under 30, over 30 on Fiverr. Let's look on the weekly. Don't see a lot of support on the weekly. So for me, everyone, only a weekly trade today. I already got out of AKAM. I am buying gold with the 520 crossover. I am shorting Goldman Sachs with the double top, triple top, bearish divergence, V1 to the downside. All right, so I'm going to go ahead short Goldman Sachs here on the weekly. And I am going to buy gold on the weekly. Yeah, I think I'm done for the day. That's it, except for buying overnight SPY trade. So again, I bought gold on the weekly, 520 crossover, higher low V1, under 50, over 50, holding over the 50 SMA. And then I shorted Goldman Sachs on the weekly with the triple top, bearish divergence, false breakout to the upside, V1 to the downside. So that's that. And no daily trades for me other than getting out of the loss on AKAM. $363. Okay. $365. Oh boy. All right. Get a little drink here. We're about 5 minutes to go to the weekend, everyone. So we'll just coast it on in here. Goldman Sachs has a 9-cent spread. Be aware of that. So quick look. Facebook doing great. Holding. SPY buying at the close. Amazon keeping with. Vixx, nice update today, 2.63%. GLD, I bought GLD, 520 crossover, higher low V1. MACD's crossed over. And then Goldman Sachs, I shorted, again, triple bottom, bearish divergence, false breakout to the upside, V1 to the downside, bullish engulfing bar to the downside. So that's that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Hey, and I just wanted to wish a good day to my girlfriend out there. Hope you're having a good time, and miss you, and looking forward to seeing you this weekend. I don't usually talk about my girlfriend on the podcast, but I have a wonderful girlfriend. Love her very, very much, and looking forward to catching up with you this weekend. All right, so we have about 3 minutes to go, everyone. Looks like Gary's getting out of XLU last week and in GLD. Two minutes to go, everyone. All right, well, looks like we have about 30 seconds to go. Right. There we go, everybody. That is it. The week is in the bag, or in the can, however they say, right? So listen, if any of my students have any new updates for me, any new positions they'd like me to put on the board, any old positions they'd like me to take off of the board, this is the time to do it. Go ahead, put it in the live stream before, and I'm going to get to it. We'll take as much time as we need to get it all handled. But before we do, I just want to go over a few pieces of business. One, I just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. Taught last night with Karen. I think it was a great lesson. It's a great course, everyone. If you want to be a better trader, I think what I'm going to teach you is going to dramatically make you a better trader. And I think the very, very best way to do anything, to learn something new, is to learn one-on-one with a private instructor. Whenever I want to learn something, that's why I do, and that's why I offer these. So the course is 15 hours. There's 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours for a total of 15 hours. I teach you all 5 of the different trading approaches that I use. I teach you step by step, so I know that you really know them, and it's gonna make you a better trader. So the cost is $1,750. I know it sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but I promise you, it's worth every penny. So if you've been thinking about trading, if you want to get better at trading, take my course. That's all I can tell you. I 100% believe that when you're done, you are going to have some skills. And so if you're interested, if you want to start the ball rolling, just send me an email. The email's in the link of this description. And just send me an email. Say, Greg, I'm potentially interested in taking your course. I will reply and say, great. Let's set up a Skype call so we can get to know each other a little bit better. It's not a sales call. I promise you that. I just want to learn more about you, your trading, your trading challenges, your trading goals, what you're attempting to get out of the course and what you're expecting. It's also a really good time for you to ask me any questions about the course in general. All right, and then when we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. If one day you get up and you decide today's the day, I want to become better at this, just email me. We'll get it set up, get it taken care of, and away we will go. Secondly, I do have an online course available at udemy.com. The link is in the description of this YouTube video. It's a wonderful course. I have gotten so many good reviews from all over the world and feedback, and the best part about this Udemy course, it only costs $12 to $15. So, if you're just starting out, maybe you're not ready for the one-on-one course, get the Udemy course. I promise you, it's like I said, it's 12 or 15 bucks, but it has a ton of content, 9.5 hours of video, 26 videos total, 15 study guides. And it's going to teach you step by step how to trade the deep dip buy. And just here, couple of trades that we bought deep dip by Facebook. Look at this one, way down here, way up here. Amazon bought this deep dip by here, way up here. So it's a fantastic course. The link's in the description. And watch it this weekend. Watch it this weekend. If you have any questions, just come back to the live stream. Say, hey, Greg, I'm taking your course. What about this? What about that? And I will explain it all to you. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, helps to keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here. So that's all I ask. If it was helpful in any way, if you could just hit the little thumbs up button before you get on with your weekend, I would really appreciate it. All right, let's take a look and see what everyone's doing. Gary is out of XLU. Did I already do that? XLU. All right, so I have to get Gary. Nope. I have to get Gary out of XLU. Oh, well, yep, he's hiding over here. All right, so I got Gary out of XLU. Bacon Bandit and Leva are still there. Ingold. Oh, I guess I should do my positions as well. Gary, yeah, let me take a look real quick and see where I got into my stuff here. I forgot about that. Transactions. Gold, I bought at 169.82. Okay. Boom, and again, that's on the weekly. And SPY, I got in SPY at oops. I got InSpy at 468.53. Okay, that's on the daily. And then I shorted Goldman Sachs on the weekly at 407.18. 407.18 is the short. All right, good enough. Glad to have a couple more weekly trades. Diversify the time frames. Didn't find anything on the daily that I liked today whatsoever. Okay, David is in GLD. Okay, and the GS short. Okay, and out of UPST 3 days ago. Okay, Dave. Steve Burns says, I exited WST for a 5.7% loss. Yep. Sorry about that one, Steve. That one's a brutal. Gary says, enjoy the weekend. Thank you. Steve also exited SPCE for a 5.7% gain. All right. Nice trade there, Steve. Steve says, oh, okay. All right. So we have Steve with BYD. At 67.30. Good entry so far. Okay, there's BYD for Steve. CRL. Steve went long CRL at 375. $44. Okay. And Roku. Steve went long Roku in the 30 RSI area. And Steve went long Roku at 277. Oh, that was a good buy. 277.82. All right. Frank said, stopped out of my DT. My rules kicked in. Okay. And we have anyone else in here? We have Ava. I'll wait to hear from Ava. Okay. All right. Got you out of there, Frank. Steve Burns says, I'm now long Fiverr. At 159.11. Okay. And Steve bought that after the 30 RSI bounce and the third lower ATR Keltner channel. Sampor says, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for live stream, Greg. Thanks, Steve, for your suggestions. Thank you, Sampor. Hope you have a wonderful weekend as well. All right, here comes Tracy with ATVR. We are out of ATVR. Out of AKAM. In BYD. In gold on the weekly. Wiener Dog Trading. That is my friend Karen, who we had lessons with last night. Hello, Greg and everyone. Yes, worth every penny. Oh, thank you, Karen. Appreciate that and look forward to our lesson next week as well. You did excellent last night. Really, really. I was actually telling my girlfriend how well you did on in that lesson, and I mean it too. Okay. Okay. All right. Keep it together here, Greg. Jonathan is at IP. Do I have IP around? I thought I saw it. Okay, I do have you out of that. Out of DocuSign on the weekly. Wasn't that the... Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I got the weeklies and the monthlies mixed up there. Out of Snap. Let's see. All right, so that was Jonathan. Okay. Okay, so that leaves Steve, Kamal, and David in Snap. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a great weekend. Good trading today, Kamal. Mike Levis says, no entries, no exits. Okay. Wiener Dog Trading. Here we go. BYD. All right. So that is Karen. Fiverr. Roku. Hood. Vixx. So in BYD, in Fiverr, in Roku, out of AKAM. Yep, that one's gone. In Facebook. Okay. Okay. Was in space, now you're out. Okay. All right, very good. Karen says, and a big thank you to Greg for last night. You are welcome. BIB. For Ava, we're out. Out of half a DT. Sold 1/2 for Ava. Okay. And in gold. All right, good luck to us on that, Ava. Lova says, day trading with position size too large causes you to buy at the top and sell at the bottom of all bars of a range, and you won't see the range until you finally quit. Well, that sounds about right. MELI is Ava at 610. At 610? Or do you mean 1610, Ava? I think you mean 1610. I hope it's at 610, but that's 1,000 points away. So I'm going to put you in at 1610 unless I hear otherwise. Ava says, many thanks, Greg, and everyone. Have an amazing weekend. You as well, Ava. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel and all your contributions and for your friendship. Praxton says, thanks, Ava. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Kamal. Thanks, Lova. 1610. Yep, I figured. All right, so that leaves us with Facebook, Overnight Spy, Amazon, Vixx, new trades on the weekly, 520 crossover, higher low V1, rejection or under 50 over 50 over the 50 SMA on gold, and then short position on Goldman Sachs, false breakout to the upside, triple top, bearish divergence, bullish engulfing bar, V1, all sorts of stuff. And my stop on this will be a close above halfway of the washout bar, right about there. So pretty good risk to reward ratio. We'll see what happens. Like having a little short position here with this big move up. Mike says, thank you for everything, Greg, and everyone. You are certainly welcome. Let's see, anything going on after hours? Amazon's down. Dow Jones is down. Facebook is down. Gold is down. Goldman Sachs is down. IWM down. Q's down. SPY, want to guess? Down. Bonds down. VIX down. Wasn't expecting that one. All right, everybody. So listen, if you have any other contributions, If you want to tell us a story, a joke, you want to look at, if you have a question, if you want to look at a chart, I'm happy to do that for you. But before I do, just want to remind you that this saying here by Martin Kornfeld is something I try to incorporate in my life every day. I think it's a net positive in my life, and I'm sure it's a net positive for other people. But if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. It's not that hard to go out and just do something nice for someone. It doesn't have to cost money. You can just give them a wave, hold the door open for them, just be pleasant. Really could have a positive impact on that person's day. You never know when the person is just like, one more straw is going to break the camel's back. So, try to keep that in mind. Consider doing this every day. I think it will make you feel good. And then also, if you could go out, do something nice for an animal today, that would also help too. They appreciate love and affection and kindness just like humans do. So, it's a win-win all the way around. And, maybe one day when you need it, someone will be there for you as well. So you have to give to get, right? Okay. All right. Well, I think we've got everything. I like the positions I have. They're profitable except for the new ones here. Glad that I got some weekly trades on here as well. Glad that I got some short positions on or some hedges with the Vixx and Goldman Sachs, and got outside of equities with gold, with metals. So yeah, not too shabby, everyone. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to have a little break from trading. Yeah, I think that's about it for the day. So hope you have a really nice weekend. Be good, be safe, drive safe, go out and do something nice for someone else. If you could, hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here. Sneak that one in. But really, honestly, I hope you have a nice, relaxing weekend. Do some deep breathing, get some exercise, study up on your charts, and we will meet back here on Monday. And we'll see what the market has in store for us on Monday. But thanks again, everyone. Have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer on the way out. And talk to y'all soon. Thanks. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.